Because you see me not speak to our brother for years. Behind some stuff. People didn't even know I had a brother. I'm dead ass. For a while, we only thought his name was the boy. That's correct. I thought I was going with nothing. I was about to leave you all. Nothing. You were like, Amber, they fired me. Can you believe it? They fired me. And I'm like, bitch, are you serious? Yes, unemployment, bitch. And keep it pushing. Do I miss you? Am I crying it out? Absolutely. And we are not going to be talking bad to each other, bad about each other. They don't know that we got the words written. And the guy that I think is my guy is actually talking to someone else who has informed him that he's not allowed to have no other girlfriends. Welcome to another episode of It's Mainly About Me and Shit, where it's not that Amber ain't shit, it's just mainly about me. And today we're going to talk about how we got to Texas. So much fun. Sure. I'm nervous about this story because I'm going to have to beep. And I have to start it on top of that. So, yeah, just hold your glass and drink it up. So I'm homeless in Texas. And how I got here the first time was, I was at an educators conference in DC, as one does. And I met these great Black educators from Maynard, Texas, that asked if I would, absorb their after school program and help with some grants and things and ideas. And I was very excited because I'd never been to Texas before. And I didn't get to run into a lot of Black educators. So for me, it was a big deal that there were so many Black educators in Maynard, Texas. All I knew about Texas was dang, 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 dang. I didn't know, for real, and I'm going to be honest about this, the level of development.
Yeah, you thought it was a whole bunch of white people with those big trucks with
I thought
wheels.
The Klan was out here running everything. I had no idea. And I must say, my family was with me why are you going to Texas? Make it make sense. So I decide, right, there was a gentleman that I had been talking to, friend of a friend of family, online, and I had already told my first husband that I wanted to divorce him. And so I thought, what a great adventure. I had just had my second baby. She was maybe a year and a half, and I'm going to go on this adventure. I remember talking to you about it, my other best friend at the time, and oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to flirt with this man, and I'm going to meet these people, and I'm going to see if there's another way to live this life. And they said, well, here's the information about our after school program. These are the kind of grants that we're trying to go for. How can we get the grants? And I'm like, well, where are your addicts? Where are your teen pregnancies? Where are your fighting traumatized children? And they didn't have a lot of that. And I thought they were lying to me. So I walk around the school like Miss Thing in my white dress and my heels, trying to figure out if I'm a spot, because I'm the city girl, what's really going on. No, I could find nothing. These kids were just kids. It was Black and brown kids being kids living in the suburbs, technically. Rural suburbs. There wasn't a lot of meat for some of the grants that they wanted to participate in. And I'm like, well, these grants, y'all get to live great. You're making what I make, and you're not dealing with the drugs and the crime and the violence that I'm dealing with, educating in Pennsylvania.
So no gangs.
Nothing. Not a color, not a tattoo. I was dealing with baby Crips and Bloods at that time. With the lollipops. Remember, they would give you the lollipop, so they'd give you the pacifier lollipop.
Yeah.
In the pink or the red or the blue. So if you was 6 and you had a pacifier, you was already in. That's what I was dealing with. And meanwhile, they're over there, you know, having regular fights and dealing with regular teenage angst and hormones and things. I'm like, I want a job. They're like, here, apply for all of it. Yeah, we'll absolutely love that. I apply for the job. I get the job. I'm like, I'm out. Divorcing my ex-husband, packing my kids up. I'm going to Texas. It's a beautiful community. It's Black people in Manor. I cannot wait. I do exactly that. Pack all of my things. Hand my children to my ex-husband at the time. My first ex-husband. Say, I'll be back in a couple of weeks once I get everything settled and get their rooms together and everything looks cute. I'm coming back for my kids. He is crashing out. Where are you taking my kids? What do you mean, Texas? So far away. I want to keep my kids. I'm like, sure, whatever. Right? I got the plan in my head and I'm doing this thing. Plus, this guy I like is down there. The job is down there. All this freedom is down there. I'm getting away, I think. Only to get there, lose the job because Governor Abbott decides to cut funding to after school programs. I will never forget that. Still coming for him. And the guy that I think is my guy is actually talking to someone else who has informed him that he's not allowed to have no other girlfriends. And he informs me as I'm arriving to Texas with all my belongings and my children's belongings. And now I have nowhere to live and no job. And I am homeless immediately. And he says, but no, I won't allow you to be homeless. Here's this guy that I go to work with who has a house in Manor, just in case you can still get your job. You want to be in Manor. You can live with him and then work something out with rent and everything. Some guy, I don't know, some guy. White, male, biker with 2 pit bulls.
The word I want to use, I probably shouldn't use right now.
Now you want to be?
Yeah.
Now when it's my story,
Yeah,
she wants
yeah.
to
If it's
think
my
about.
story, I'd probably use it. But this
I don't
is your
want to.
story.
You're right, and I don't want to know.
No, I don't think you do. Some guy. So what? He just went into the lunchroom of his work and said, "Hey, I got this woman
no
coming
idea how this
that needs a place to
conversation
stay."
goes down, but that's what the guy tells me. He's like, yeah, he showed up like he was worried, stressed out because you're calling him, you're on your way, and then he's talking to this other girl, and they're kind of serious, and you don't know about it, and he never thought you would actually move. What?
Then why
Girl,
even?
bye. Who cares why? Who cares why? When I say that's a bullet I dodged, girl, that story is kookier than the rest of my story. And so when I'm thinking about how I almost committed myself to this person and they were not serious in any way, shape, or form, I am very happy that he did me as dirty as he did me.
In the beginning.
Yes. And after my kids were involved and I was settled and didn't know anything. So I'm grateful. But me and this dude, what?
I still think you should have nutted him though.
No, it was not worth it. He had to live the life that I wouldn't want on my worst enemy. So, yeah. Anyways, me and old dude, and I'm not saying old dude because he's old. I'm just saying I use the word old. Me and dude was cool. We became friends. Me, him, and these 2 pit bulls. And you know I don't mess with dogs. They got me through depression and anxiety and loneliness of being homeless in a state and not knowing nobody. I'm like losing my mind. Next thing I know, I gotta come home. I can't even remember why. I know I'm crashing out, and he's like, "You need to go. You're losing it. You gotta go." Right? And then I go to DC and live with some friends in DC. And then I get kicked out of that situation. And then I go to live in North Carolina and I get kicked out of that situation. And I come home to you. You're at the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
My house, which I gave up to my ex-husband, is now full of my family members and him for whatever reason. I'm at your house in
Yep.
Jersey over the holidays, crying my eyes out, feeling like the world has ended. How did I end up so homeless so many times, so many places? It must be me. I'm the problem. I'm crazy. I'm the reason I'm getting kicked out from all these places. I need to work on myself. I remember just pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring on you. And you're like, so let's just go to Texas. And I'm like, bitch, you lying.
Nope. Nope. I've had enough. I have had enough. During that time, had been
Luna
had been approached by countless
Yeah.
Bloods,
Yeah.
countless Crips. She got into so many fights. Hawk was going through it, and he's in elementary school.
Yeah.
And you were telling me all about there's no gang,
Yeah.
there's nothing,
Yeah.
and it's and there's really black people in Texas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you sure? Are you serious?
No, I'm
yes,
dead
it's
ass.
really black people. And then you're like, I really want to go. I had so much fun there. I felt so safe there. I want to go. I want to be there. And I'm like, okay, let's go.
And I'm looking at you like, don't play with me.
And I'm like, bitch, I'm not playing.
I say to you specifically, please don't play with me.
I am not playing.
Because I know me. You know me. You know me. I'm going to have a plan.
As soon as the words are said and you say, don't play with me, I already know you are making the plan.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes, make the plan.
Yes.
I have said this. This is what I want. I want my babies out of here. I want me out of here. I want you out of here.
Yeah.
I want my niece and my nephew out of here. Let's go.
And I remember at this time, like the first time I left, you had let me borrow $400 to leave. I remember calling you like, look, I might not be able to go.
Yeah, you said you needed $400. And I was like, $400?
I got it, and I'm going to give it to you. And I'm like, what? Why the hell you got $400? You give me this explanation about Social Security and they back
it
pay.
finally came in, and I had all of this back pay. And you were like, you weren't even expecting the whole amount. But I was like, no, I've got it. And I would much rather you have everything you need
That's
now
the part.
than have to worry about somebody else giving it to you when you're not getting what you need and then telling me that you still didn't get what you need. So I said, screw it. If other people give you more money, then this means you have more funds and more safety.
And
so
we
I
was in
gave
Bessie
you what
having
you
this
needed.
conversation.
Yep, I gave you what you needed. Yes, I gave you what you needed. I'd do that shit again if I...
Listen, we wouldn't, like, knowing what I know now, I'd have just came down here with you from the gate. And we got our own place.
That part. Honestly,
instead of depending on some man.
And I'll say it again. Because I said it. I said it when I said let's go. I should have said take me, take us with you. I should have said let's all go.
This would have been a different situation.
It really would have. We'd have
made it. We'd have been tight at first, but we would have absolutely made it.
Honestly, we wouldn't have been. We wouldn't have been tight at first.
Because at that time you had coins.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I was flush.
We should have bounced.
The
ancestors tried to give it to us.
For real. And I was like, but no, this is her adventure.
Yeah.
This is her.
Because I remember thinking of it as an adventure. I really do remember.
And I was like, man, I don't wanna. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, just say it. Just say it.
And I feel like we're still having this argument as friends in our relationship of you asking for what you want.
And not asking.
And me being like, girl, you can make both our lives easier. If you would just say the thing. Because if I hadn't thought of it already, I need you to tell me.
And
The
I had
thing
thought of it. I had thought of it. I had thought of it. And I did not say the thing. And I really, really wish
we
I
could
had said
wax
the thing
poetic about where we would be on
right
this
now.
timeline if we had left at that
But
time.
would the third babies be here?
I don't think so. Not like this. Not like we have this. I don't think so. We probably have to still deal with their fathers.
Don't make me throw up.
Anyways, so we start hatching this plan that night to leave
In mama's room.
and not tell nobody. Why you had to put that in there? She might watch this and be like, these hoes was plotting on me in my own room in her bed.
Well, I mean, we telling the truth.
I mean, okay, we telling the truth.
We told her we was leaving while we were in her room.
We did not.
Yes, we did.
You made me promise.
No, not that same day. I mean, like after we got everything settled and it was like 3 months before we were leaving. We told her all while she was sitting on her bed and me and you was sitting in chairs right next to her bed.
Yeah. I feel like she didn't believe us.
No, not.
I remember that it was that January, right? 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, bet, I'm about to go make this money. You stack as much money as you can stack. We'll have another meeting in February. After we do our taxes.
Every single month, you kept sending me money and I just kept putting it away. I'm putting it away. And by the time we left, we had
a couple of G's.
Yeah, it was good.
We were like, and I had just got fired from my job. And it was on time. That was the plan. I wasn't planning on getting fired. I was going to quit. I was like, I was doing everything I was supposed to. I was working for cigars. I'm not going to say the whole name, but I was working for cigars. And I just got that job. They had no idea I only needed it for 6 months. And I wanted the healthcare and everything because I was going to get all our shots and stuff done before we went to Texas.
As you should.
So I was waiting for that 90-day cutoff, right? So I got the job in February, March, April, May. Then they extended it to June because they said there was some days missed, some weird crap. But I remember getting my stuff in June and making all my appointments and taking the kids, and we got all of our medical stuff done. And then in July, I was looking for jobs online, and they caught me looking for jobs online on the computer. And they called me into the office before my shift one day and didn't let me go in. It was like, here are your things. We packed up all your things. And we don't want you coming back. You should not have been using company computers to look for outside jobs. And I was the happiest I've ever been in my life. I remember like, you're firing me. Yeah, because I was like, I thought I was going with nothing. I was about to leave you all with nothing. Dry bank account. That's how serious I was about getting out of there. Just for you all to fire me. You're a major corporation, and I will get to receive unemployment. I didn't even take the box of stuff. I looked through it, see if there was anything I wanted, and was like, it's been fun. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good time. No, I ain't got to do my shift. They fired me. Y'all have a good life. Okay. I jazz hand them hoes on the way out. Oh God, I've never been so happy about anything in my life.
Oh God, the way your voice sounded when you called me, you were like, Amber, they fired me. Can you believe it? They fired me. And I'm like, bitch, are you serious? Yes, unemployment, bitch, unemployment. We ain't got to worry about nothing.
We ain't got to worry about nothing.
Have you finished packing?
Girl, I said I ain't getting a job for a couple of months. We about to be stay-at-home moms together.
I'm for real. I'm like, I'm almost done. We are almost done.
Yeah.
You know what? Just come and get the kids. Come get the kids.
You told me come get you early.
Yeah, but you came back to get me early. You had already got the kids. And I made sure that they said goodbye to everybody. And because I was like, you know what? Let me rip this Band-Aid off with the babies now. And I can finish packing everything I need to pack and be done. But then I'm like, yo, this shit was getting...
Yeah, we don't say.
We don't say that word. It was getting... Please bleep that out.
We don't say crazy either.
it was getting interesting.
Let's go with interesting. Okay. I love that. Let's go with interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mama and Nana were driving me crazy. They were, you're not really leaving. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Everybody's staring
Yeah.
at me, losing their
Yeah.
mind. And I'm like, you know what? I love y'all, but I'm gonna say, because I know we're leaving in like 2 days, but I'm just gonna go to Quita's house now because I think that'll be easier on y'all and me, because you guys are going a little bit.
When I say I barely told anybody anything, like I think I only really told my sister, and we had been beefing at the time, because she was really mad about me going to Texas the first time. So I don't know how she found out I was going to back to Texas the second time, but ooh, she showed up apologizing for whatever we was beefing about. I'm sorry, I can't not talk to my sister. And we made up like maybe a week or two before I left.
Oh, that's good. I did not know about that.
No, we made up a couple of weeks before I left to Texas. So that wasn't heavy on my heart when I left. Because I was serious when I told I will never speak to you again. We do not have to talk. We do not have to be friends. It could be however you want it to be. And then next thing I know, I'm on my porch smoking a cigar with my little cheap wine. And she comes around the corner. Marching. She was marching so fast. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. I felt like I was in one of those Color Purple movies. I was like, we about to be here with it. I could see it right now because she is serious about this. She stomps on the porch. You really not going to talk to me anymore? Yeah, I really wasn't going to talk. You cussed me out, told me I wasn't nothing, this, that, and the other. And so I was going to let you stand on business on that and keep it pushing. Do I miss you? Am I crying it out? Absolutely. And we are not going to be talking bad to each other, bad about each other, cursing and yelling at each other. That's not going to be a thing. If that's a thing, we don't have to speak. And you know I'm serious because you see me not speak to our brother for years behind some stuff. People didn't even know I had a brother. I'm dead ass.
For a while, we only thought his name was the boy.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. I love my sister, but I was not going to be getting abuse. So she came around that corner. I was like, oh boy, we about to make up. It's about to be a whole thing. And we did. We made up. It was a whole thing. And then you showed up and then we got ready to leave. And that's when my family really realized that we was leaving. And it was like, because I didn't take nothing this time.
Nope, we just had them 2 suitcases.
We got the suitcases.
And I was able to shove
kid-
a television and a DVD player
That is correct.
into the suitcase.
That is
And we
correct.
wrapped everything in a tarp and plastic
Yep.
and packed
Yep.
4 kids. 4.
In my town and country, my beige 1997 town and country.
And 2 of the kids had to sit on the floor until we could get to your sister's house to get your last row.
Yo, that's right. We probably shouldn't say that. Is the statutes of limitations up for
Yes.
that? Okay. They grown now. They grown.
For real, 'cause it was the grown kids that were on the floor.
That's exactly correct. We put the little one, the youngest ones had to be strapped in. Dang, I think it was your kids.
Yep, because they was the oldest. They were fine. They enjoyed it. They had pillows and blankets.
They did.
They were back there sleeping.
My kids was pissed.
For real. Because they back there having
They
a great
like,
time.
This looks fun.
Just camping out.
And we get to my
Back in
sister's
the
house
car.
and get my third row, and they finally got a third row. And then we drive to my cousin's house, who is living in what we think is a mansion.
For real. 3 floors.
We're like, yo, she's got room
bedroom
for everybody to have their own bedroom.
And the bedroom I'm sleeping in is all sea.
Yeah.
The blankets,
Mhm.
there's pictures on the wall.
I got the white room. She got me in a cream room. I'm scared to so much as fart in this room.
The walls are painted to make it match the sea foam look. And I'm like,
The kids is like, why can't we just live here?
and I'm looking at them like, yeah, I want to live here too, but it's not our house.
This is not
We
our
can't
house.
stay.
We can't stay here. We
Yeah,
got
I
to
didn't
go.
want to leave neither. She took
Especially
us to
because
Golden
she
Corral.
took us to Golden Corral, and my children acted like refugees. They acted like they'd never seen a restaurant in their life. Nadia is eating cotton candy after cotton candy after cotton
Oh
candy.
my God.
Luna.
Luna.
I'm sorry. It's written on the screen, y'all.
I know, but I'm not looking
I'm
at the
telling
screen.
y'all. I'm telling everybody else. You should know that. They don't know that we got the words written. Anyway,
Oh God.
Luna
is eating all of the desserts,
Mm.
having a fabulous time. And Hawk is just eating all of
the meats and the fried things.
he
Yeah.
had so much fun
Yeah.
with that chicken and
Yeah.
and the guy who was slicing up the steaks.
It was a time. It took us, I want to say, 4 days to get here. We stopped by my sister and we spent the night with Yoli.
That's right. I had so much fun
In
with
her
her.
2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
She fit all us and the kids.
Oh my God, I
And
had so much
then
fun with
we
her.
went to Georgia, stayed with my cousin. And then we were supposed to stop in New Orleans or Louisiana.
We did stop in Louisiana.
We spent the night in Louisiana?
Yeah. One night. And it was only one night because when we went across the street to go to the restaurant, all of the guys kept staring at you, me, and Luna. And we felt uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't even remember this, Amber.
I remember it because they were driving by while we were crossing the street to leave the restaurant and I wanted to throw up in my mouth. It was time to go.
And now that people treat me the way they treat me around my age and whatever, I know 12 years ago we didn't look grown for real. We didn't look grown. That's what makes it gross. She was 12, 13.
Yeah.
And we definitely didn't look grown. And that was the problem.
We still don't look grown.
No, I look grown now. I'm not talking to you about this. Anyway, we only got a couple of minutes left in this story. We find ourselves an apartment, Ben had it, put deposits down. We get to Texas and they tell us we can't have the apartment. Something's wrong, blah, blah, blah. I so happen to be dating someone at the time that's a lawyer. We're not getting into that story either. And he decides that he wants to call and message the apartment complex and let them know what they're doing is illegal to us, and we get put up in a hotel.
Yep, for a night because they need to finish the carpeting and whatnot. Because they told us that the apartment would be available.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And it would be when we got there. And we got there on the day that the apartment was supposed to be available.
They can't talk to me about my timing. Anyway.
And we got there in enough time. I'm like,
cursed Curtis out.
Curtis, yup. Because I mean, why? Why? It made no sense.
Next thing I know, we're moving in the next day with all the kids. And we cannot believe we have this 4-bedroom, 2-bath apartment with a pool and a basketball court with our poor asses.
And a porch.
We did have a porch.
We had a porch, a nice little balcony.
And we were on the 3rd floor and we're ecstatic.
So happy.
Just taking pictures of the view like we saw.
We was rich bitches.
We was rich.
Oh, we was rich. That first sunset we saw on that balcony.
Because we knew in that moment that we were free.
You remember when I pulled the kids outside to see the rainbow? Oh my God, it was like I was 5. It had just finished raining. And I came back, I went outside for something, can't even remember what. I don't even think I went and got what I went outside to get. And I looked up and I saw the rainbow and I had to go and get the kids to see the rainbow.
Girl.
They all looking at me like I'm stupid. But it was a rainbow in the sky, not on the ground. It was in the sky.
We are so city. Anyway, next episode, we'll talk about who follows us to Texas. Because, boy, are we followed.
But we're loved.
Allegedly. Thank you.
This was fun.
It always is.